T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and
yeah. Lord, this for you. I was a mess, little hair on my chest, fresh as a newborn, but I'm headed for death. Some saying I'm blessed, cause I'm still alive. Every day in the hood, I was fighting to survive. So sin I acquired as an adolescent, walking in darkness, spirit facing oppression. You couldn't tell me nothing, swag was on 100, speeding in the fast lane, call me crash dummy. Then I put on the helmet of salvation and received the revelation. Yeah, I could be a leader in this nation, and gotta follow the code in the streets and be like them other creeps. See, I could be a leader.
Welcome everybody back to the original Jeek podcast. We are your hosts, rockinmrmagic,
UniqDNA,
Mighty TP.
This is the original Jeek podcast. This episode of the original Jeek podcast is brought to you by Single and Anxious. The new YouTube web series, Single and Anxious, follows 5 African-American college students from various backgrounds as they fumble their way through the challenges of establishing and maintaining romantic relationships. Check it out on YouTube. Again, it's Single and Anxious. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the original Jeek podcast. We are so glad to have you all here with us again. And tonight is a special night. It's March. And March, if you don't know, is Women's History Month. And tonight is Ladies' Night here on the Original Jeek podcast. So we are all focused on the ladies in our Jeek world of sports and geek culture. So joining us tonight is our special guest, Ashley. Ashley, welcome to the pod. Why don't you just share a little bit about yourself?
Hey. I'm not that interesting. Well, yeah, as you know, my name is Ashley. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades kind of thing going on. I can fix phones. I can fix computers. I can pretty much fix anything. Give me anything, I'll fix it. I do podcasts also. Shout out to Christina Faith for Start to Finish podcast, which I edited that. I love video games. I love knowledge. I love just knowing about anything. My friends call me the Black Jeeves.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about yourself. And we're excited to have you as our first female guest on the pod. So let's kick off Ladies' Night here with the first topic tonight. Recently, Serena Williams had a great accomplishment in winning yet another Grand Slam title, and it spurred the question in me: is Serena Williams the GOAT of female athletes?
You want to go first?
You can go.
Ladies first. Old school rules.
Okay, cool. I would think so. I mean, because if you do it collectively, like her sports achievements in tennis, like all the awards she's won with her sister and by herself, and endorsements, and being involved, like a 360 effect, like sports, TV, and then outside, like kind of like social media thing. I would consider her the GOAT. You know what I mean? I don't think she has sneakers or anything. She's not like Jordan, but I think you can consider that because Layla Ali's not doing anything no more. She's like what is it, like a correspondent now or something?
Yeah, she got married, she had the kids.
Yeah,
she retired after 9 fights, something like that.
Yeah, so it's like I can't really come to mind of another female outside of what's that girl's name? The one that got knocked out, got
Rousey?
silly.
Oh,
yeah, her.
Rousey.
Like she'd have been cool, but she got knocked out. So you know what I mean? And then she didn't really handle it well, like publicly. You know what I mean? Because all that
Not at all.
All that stuff kind of matters, though.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be strategic about things. You know?
It's funny you mentioned Ronda Rousey because while doing generally we are a little slacker sometimes. We fail to do any research, but
pretty much all the time.
keep that in the hush. But doing a little research on this, I found that Sports Illustrated did a ranking of female athletes. I'm sorry, not Sports Illustrated, ESPN. They did a ranking, and this was a fan ranking. And for some reason, Ronda Rousey was the greatest female athlete of all time. And I say, excuse me, what? Like, I love Ronda Rousey. Even though she got knocked out twice, I still love Ronda Rousey. And I think Ronda's problems are mental and with her terrible trainer who has her convinced that she can box when she ain't a boxer. She can't stand up. She's a judo.
Yeah.
She's a judo.
She can't do anything.
She's a grappler. She needs to grapple. But Ronda Rousey apparently is the greatest female athlete of all time after winning 4 fights, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, okay, kudos to the UFC hype machine for convincing that many people that she's such a great athlete. But I'm like, really? You're gonna put Ronda Rousey over Serena Williams? You're gonna put Ronda Rousey over Jackie Joyner-Kersee? You're gonna put her over Steffi Graf? Like, there's like, are you kidding me? You're gonna put her over FloJo, over Cheryl Miller, really, and over Nancy Lieberman? Come on, like that doesn't make any sense.
It's because it's the internet age. Like, she has like those people you mentioned didn't have Twitter and freaking Twitter and IG and ads all over the place, talking about you. They weren't in the Expendables and stuff like that.
True,
you know what I mean? Like, it's like nowadays they're like, I think the outside machine, the whole media machine, the whole internet thing, the internet rules. Like that matters more than like actual talent nowadays. Like, if you got more Twitter followers and people, pops on your live stream, oh, you're the greatest of all time. Like, yeah. Like, I think that factors in more than like actual talent sometimes.
You make a telling point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that factors in a lot nowadays. Now it's a popularity contest now. It has nothing to do with skill anymore. It's just all about how many people you can stir up controversy with. I mean, and to get more endorsements and more attention on yourself. And if you can do that, you're the greatest. That's where everybody follows you. So I think it's hard to compare the greats of the past to the ones now, because that's what it is now. Now it's not about skill. It's about how popular you are, how many movies you've been in, how many followers you got on Twitter, how many endorsement deals you got. And I think that started probably with Jordan when he got the Nike deal, and it just kind of went from there. It's like, oh, athletes get like endorsements now,
Well,
well, Dr. J did it too.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, it's not like Roundy can't fight. I mean, yeah, she got her world rocked with a left kick, and then she got pummeled by Nunes. But it's not like she didn't dominate for 7 fights in a row. I mean, she dominated them, and now she didn't have the longevity of a Cheryl Miller, a Jackie Joyner-Kersee, a FloJo, any of those great women athletes. She did not have their longevity. And Ashley, you make a great point on all the people I'm listing are from the 80s and 90s. So obviously exposure was way different. But it's not like they didn't have talent. I mean, we're not talking about the Kardashians here. Like, so it's not a Kardashian thing where like, hey, I have no talent and I'm famous now, compared to someone who actually has talent and it isn't famous. Right. These people do have some talent, whether it's like a Paige Van Zandt, I mean, she does a lot of extra stuff, but she is like Dancing with the Stars. But she can fight. She's not the greatest, but she can throw down. But we had I look at Serena and I say there's not only does she dominate her sport, I think if she played almost any other sport, she would still be one of the best or the best in any other sport.
Yeah, I think so too. Like she's awesome. Like you ever like really like watch her like play like a highlight reel? Like her sister's like intensity is crazy. And like I'm good. I wanna, do like a play around with you. Like, hey, I'm gonna go play. I'm good. Like y'all got it. Y'all the goats. Y'all, I bow down.
Oh yeah, I mean, plus all that screaming. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they scream like that for the length of the match. Like like what? And plus, honestly, I mean, especially for American tennis, they have, especially Serena, but Serena and Venus, but mostly Serena because of all her success, they've carried United States tennis. And that's men and women's. Yeah, because Andy Roddick has been the best male we've had since the Pete Sampras Agassi days in the '90s. Yeah. I mean they are the face of American tennis.
Yeah. Dudes just really doing it.
And I think they could beat half of, actually more than half, probably 80% of the men.
They have freaking white.
Yeah, I mean, when I see her Serena serving the ball 125 miles per hour, and some of these guys can't hit 100 miles an hour in their serve, I'm like, bruh.
That's
you're the wrong game. Go take up golf or something else. Like, nah.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, I just my only thing for her is, the only knock I could put on her is that she does benefited from the era, and I don't know. Again, it's hyperbole, but I don't know if she would be considered the GOAT had we had this exposure age when FloJo was breaking every sprinting record, or Jackie Joyner-Kersee, was winning, Olympic gold after Olympic gold after Olympic gold. That's the only thing, and those, I mean, especially those two alone, were just amazing athletes, amazing ambassadors, for the country and for women and for our people. I mean, they were something else. Not that Serena has it, but they were on a truly unique level.
Yeah, but what if they were doing what they were doing in 2017? Like, it would be pandemonium everywhere. Like, they would literally put them three on every Wheaties box known to man.
Oh, for real? Well,
it'd be like.
Well, let's look at Simone Biles for a second. Yeah,
Simone.
I mean, come on, Simone killed it.
She's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it.
I mean, the closest we had before her, even though Gabby Douglas was good,
but
she wasn't. It's a whole different ball game with Simone.
Yeah,
Simone is like Dominique Dawes 2.0. She's truly ahead above everybody else.
Yeah, she's very beastly.
And
shout out.
Yeah, for real. When you're inventing flips and turns that ain't nobody ever else pulled on the floor exercise, come on,
How, Slade? How do you do that? Sway, do you have the answers? I don't know how.
I'm watching ESPN Sports Science. They're explaining it. I'm like, I still don't understand how that's humanly possible. I mean, I know I just watched you tell me, but I still don't get it.
Yeah, you got to run it back 15 times to really just understand.
Put it in slow-mo.
Right.
And explain really slow.
Right. and because of her success, I give the edge to Serena, because the problem with Simone and Gabby and then in the obviously retrospective Jackie Joyner-Kersee or FloJo is that the Olympics is only every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's there's a lull.
Exactly. A long lull.
Yeah.
Where the four major Grand Slams are every year, plus the other small tournaments in between that, where Serena is consistently in the limelight. Will she win another one? Will she win another one?
Yeah, then you have the whole, social media thing. Oh, she's dating this guy, and she was in Beyonce's video, getting jiggy,
right. And wait. Oh look. Wait, Serena made a twerking video, or that tutorial she made.
Like she really made a twerk tutorial. I forgot about.
Well, when I heard about that, I was like, no,
Yeah.
man, come on. Serena got more
Nah.
important things on her time to do than create a twerking video. And I was like, oh snap, she actually made a twerking tutorial.
She really made a twerk video. But hey, man, she can do that if she wants.
For real. Yeah, she's the GOAT. Hands down, you know, she's the GOAT. Serena Williams officially, if you haven't declared in your mind, folks, we've officially established Serena Williams, the greatest of all time, female athletes. Write it down, take a picture, remember it.
Yeah.
That. So moving on to kind of staying with the entertainment world, as we mentioned, you know, Beyonce's video and stuff that she appeared in. We've had some entertaining developments in the music world with I can't even call it a battle. Let's say a confrontation of some sorts between Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma.
Or a beatdown.
I don't even know if I would call it a confrontation. It was kind of like a one-sided massacre.
Well, I'm trying to at least make it sound interesting.
Oh gosh. All right, so Mr. Magic, how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it? Well, okay, well, you know, UniqDNA here can confirm how much disdain I have for this current generation of rappers and their lack of talent. As he laughs, because he's heard me go off on this many times.
Yeah, you got to hear his Drake rants. They're hilarious.
Drake? Don't get me started on Drake. Like, I'm a Drake fan.
I am too. That's why I'm saying it's hilarious when you hear his rant.
Because first of all, Aubrey needs to sit down. So
here we go.
See, here we go. Sit down. But see, now you're trying to get me down the rabbit hole, and I ain't doing it today.
I'm just saying, doing it today. You know, we had this argument. Now I got somebody that can support my side. But go ahead.
So, all right.
Put the sound effect.
So my thing is this. I appreciate what Remy did, because even though Remy's been around for a while, I mean, and you know, she was active in the 90s, so she is part of the other generation. She has stayed relevant throughout the time frame, so she can. It's not like we're talking about MC Lyte dropped a diss track on Nicki or something like that. You know, we're talking about someone who's still in the game, and people still know who she is. So, I'm very grateful that she did what she did. I'm grateful that she said what she said, because she's been saying what I've been saying for a hot minute about the lack of talent, the lack of artistry, the lack of just creativity from Nicki and this whole generation of, you know, quote unquote hip hop artists or quote unquote MCs. They are not, and not that you have to be exactly what, you know, what they were in the late 70s and 80s and the 90s. You don't have to be the same thing. No one's saying that. Be different. That's cool. But be creative. Be an artist. Take some pride in your craft. These young cats, they care only about money, and caring about your money is cool. I care about my money, but I care about my craft. I want to be an expert. We even though we're just, you know, I consider, you know, the Jeek Nation pod people, we consider us to be fanalists. We're fans, but we analyze. But I take pride in my analyzation. You know, I take pride in any type of craft I do. So if you can be a rapper and you can make millions of dollars and you want to be a cultural icon, then you should really care enough to maybe try to write your own stuff. Maybe try to be a little creative. Maybe do something besides twerk terribly.
Well, I mean, well, first off, Nicki can't twerk because her butt's not real. I'm sorry, Nicki. Shout out to Nicki Lewinsky. But yeah, she can't twerk. I love music. I'm a music enthusiast. I really do love music with all my heart. I produce a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm like, I don't know, Swiss Beats or anything, but you know, I try. I'm like my own private A&R. I can like tell you if something's gonna be a hit or miss. Like when I first saw Justin Bieber, I'm like, yo, he's gonna be it, and now he's it. So I have a niche for knowing what's good and what's not.
Okay.
Music today it's not what it was in the 90s. I mean, I'm not that old or not that young, so I know at least what was going on back then, and like before I was born, way before I was born, and to now. Music has definitely changed. It is the microwave generation. You could just put 3 chords together and have like a $1 million record. Music is definitely very remedial now, but even in the remedialness, I still can appreciate what they were doing. Like it could be a song that's like really booty, like let me see,
Any Drake song.
Here we go.
Oh, shots fired. Like Little Yachty. Or
that's what I was thinking.
Yachty, right? Or not even the Lil Yachty and the
Oh my
Big
God!
Baby
Don't even say that name.
Broccoli.
Lord.
Broccoli is so stupid, but it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Like I know what they're talking about. They're talking about smoking weed. But it's like so cleverly put. It's like it's catchy. Like all right, I see what you're doing. I can, man, dabs up to you. I see you what you was trying to do. You know what I mean? Like that's like I still appreciate stuff, even though it could be just trash, or it could just be like, or it could just be like weird or something. Like I appreciate. Like I'm the type of person where I'm like 30 now. I turned 30 at the end of last year, and I still appreciate people like freaking mindless behavior when they were like trying to do their little run. Like I seen their talent and their potential. I mean, even though it didn't last long, or
Yeah.
P5, like I was like 20 when they were like, dang near 20 when they came out, and I appreciate them because they really worked it hard, So, all right, let me get back to what I was trying to say. All right, so the Niki and Remy feature, right? All right, so Niki caught the beat down, like. Literally, like, Remy went ham all over her. Like, she just stomped all over in her face. Like, first off, it was, like, really a strategic, like, plan of, like, offense. Like, she, like, even down to the what's you call it? The album, the little cover art.
Yeah, for Shisa, yeah.
Yeah, like she put her face on there, put the little Barbie face, got the blood on there. Like, that's one thing when you seen it. Like, it was no misconstrued. I'm talking about you.
Oh yeah, it was good
and
marketing.
So she aired her out talking about her butt drop, talking about her man couldn't like have sex with her for all 3 months, and all this type of crazy talking about her record deal. 3-way record deal. Basically, you get no money. Like, it was good. It was smart. But in the retaliation from Niki, even though her tracks was nowhere near compared to that one track, like, Niki still won. She took an L, but she didn't. She took an L, but she didn't. You know how? Because of the fact that she put out those 4 songs, even though she had 2 helpers, Drake and Wayne. Like, she still made the point. She made money. Like, at least 2 or 3 of those songs were in the Billboard 100, Hot 100. She still made. They charted on iTunes. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Like, you know what I mean? When they came with it, where it really matters is her pocket. And she made bank off of them dropping those whack 4 records, and they sound good. Sonically, they're good. Like, I have all 4 songs in my playlist, and I listen to them while I'm at work. Like, because they're catchy. Like, you know what I mean? If they're catchy, they make sense. Like, okay, she called them diss records, but it wasn't. She made radio records that she knew her fans and people was gonna listen to, unless they like if they played them at the radio station or not. Like, they're being played. Nobody's playing Shitha on the radio right now.
Well, they can't for one reason. They can't play on the radio.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you can't play that record on the radio. You can't do it. I don't know. I just for me, I'd rather, and just where I am, I'd rather not listen if it's not good. Like I can't abide whack music. I can't do it. I just and not gonna be able to do it. And and you mentioned, you said about, you made the allusion that this song was trash, but it's kind of catchy. There's a lot of trash that's catchy, and you know what this current generation reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie Dumb and Dumber. And when Dumb and Dumber came out, black people in general, we couldn't sing. It was way too stupid for most of us to find funny. And right now, that's what hip hop is right now. Everyone's running around acting goofy, acting really stupid. You got cats with purses and dudes with this mumble rap, and they can't even be on the beat. And Lil Yachty and Kodak Black and all these cats that got no talent.
Kodak, that's
oh boy,
no
dumb.
skill, no talent. These cats with the mics. I'm like, you ain't say nothing. I can do that. I have no flow. I can get on the microphone and be like,
hey man, do it. Listen, I give you a beat. You can get on there. We can make some bread.
You know what? I will give this current generation one thing. One thing I will give this current generation that they especially benefit because of the gift of technology, and none of them have to use real instruments anymore when they're recording. But every beat I hear, which is rare because I don't listen to the radio because I can't stand the hot mess that is played over the radio, every beat I hear is fire. I will give them that. I have not heard a bad beat. In the 90s and the 80s, you would have bad beats that you hear. They're like, whoa, that was terrible.
But the vocals and the song made it work.
Right, exactly. The skill of the artist made it work.
So you should that they had talent.
Yes, even if the beat was bad, the skill of the artist made the song at least bearable, or tolerable. But now the music itself is good or on fire. But everything that they're saying, I would might as well. Someone could just read a grocery list over the beat, and it'd be a better song.
Put a beat on with the trash compactor.
Yeah, for real. I'd be like, all right, what I'm going to do today? I'm going to get my rice and my chicken and my, I just read my grocery list. It'll be a better song. Come on. I could take the beat to Down in the DM, and I could read my grocery list, and I bet you it'll be a better song.
And just throw high at the end of
right.
it.
And it'll be a better track. Easy.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
He's casted. I don't know. And people are like, oh, you're old. I'm like, no, because I've been saying this beforehand. Either I was born old like Morgan Freeman, or y'all just like to stay off all. Y'all just can't appreciate the fact that the level of talent is not what it used to be, and part of it is honestly personal pride, because it's we claim it. Okay, being that obviously today's pod is full of all people of color. It's a culture thing for us. We should have more pride in what our culture has made popular. There should be more pride in that artistry. And then when someone knocks off on it, people are like, oh, that's cultural appropriation. Look, they sound terrible. I'm like, well, they sound just as terrible as our current artists sound. So where's your misplaced pride here? Hold ourselves to a higher standard. Come up with better music. It's not hard. We did it for 30 years, and now it's not hard. We can do it again.
I mean, the times shift and times change. There's seasons of stuff like R&B.
Oh, don't get me started on R&B, because R&B is even worse.
R&B was currently dead for a while, but I think it's starting to reemerge just a little bit.
Reemerge is what?
Just a little.
I don't hear. I mean, with the exception of.
Trey Songz came out the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I really feel like my friend says, like, this is really good, but it's not like his third album, Ready. It's not that, cause Ready is like his Thriller. But I feel like I really want Trey to sing something else and not this bedroom stuff. Like, can we get like a regular record, but sonically sounding and writing sounding? Because he got like some producers I really like and some songwriters I really like. I feel like it's good. It's good. Because I feel like Trey fell off for a second. Like, where's Trey Songz? I feel like R&B's can make a comeback, because I know Justin Timberlake is in the studio with Timberland, so we know later this year we're gonna have some fire.
See, when Justin Timberlake is their gold standard, you're in trouble. You know
what?
Hold on.
Are you all right? You know what?
No.
I'm turning the mic off. I'm done.
Let me explain. Okay, I'm not saying Justin don't have talent.
Come on, man.
I'm not saying Justin's not good, but when Justin Timberlake is your gold standard, you have a problem.
My gold standard is Michael Jackson, Usher. That's my gold standard. I'm a Michael Jackson fan and I'm an Usher fan. That's my gold standard. I like Chris Brown, but I love Michael Jackson and I love Usher. And even like Usher, like he has to compete with today's music and has to, you know, try to appeal to like his core audience and still catch the, you know, the younger generation. You may get one catchy song out of him, and then you might have some songs after that, and then he goes away and comes back and does the same thing again.
Well, Usher don't even need to work. I mean, you know.
I mean, he don't. I would love for him, because he's only 35, so I would love for him to keep going until he really can't anymore, because he's so talented, you know, because, you know, Michael, you know, turning 30, 35 ain't the end of your career, you know, you just have to, you know, stay in tune to what's going on right now. Like, I feel like even Chris Brown,
I don't think Usher,
had that one song.
I don't think Usher can stay in tune to what's going on, because Usher came out when I was a teenager, because I'm the same age, but back then we actually sang about love. Brothers actually talked about how they felt, you know, and though a lot of the stuff was bedroom stuff, it was subtle. It wasn't just, you know, flat out, you know, reading straight up. Let's just get out the drawers, girl. Like, it was like today. There's no subtlety. There's no romance. There's no. It's pretty much, you know, I texted my girl at 2 a.m. and I rolled over at 2:30 and I left at 4, and that's my romance song. Like, at least back in the day, you know, Boys and Men was smooth about it. You know, Jodeci was smooth about it. You know, 112, Jagged Edge. You know, Jagged Edge had a song about Let's Get Married. You ain't had none of these young cats talking about that.
Like that.
They came to ask a girl out on a date, let alone talking about Let's Get Married.
You would jump on
right. So I'm like, you know, R&B is so far gone. It breaks my heart how far R&B is gone.
All right, so what about Bruno Mars? Poppin' B, R&B. You ain't hear his last one? His last album that just came out?
All right, I'm going to talk about Bruno Mars.
That was such 90s feel.
You know what? Oh, no. God. Okay, look, okay. Here's my thing with Bruno Mars.
It was only 8 songs. It was like, it wasn't even overkill. Like, he just dropped 8 fire tracks. Like, it's a lituation. Boom. There you go. Thank you. Now I'm about to go on to an 80 city tour. That's all you have to do.
Here's my thing on Bruno Mars, okay? Bruno Mars is very talented. I don't dislike Bruno Mars. My wife, she's a couple years older than me. She and I share a very strong passion for R&B. You know, like when people get married, they give away favors and stuff like that. We gave away a mixtape of love songs. That's how much we love R&B. You know, it had Al Green on that joint. It had Stevie Wonder on that joint. We had a Michael Jackson song on that joint. I mean, we had some fire love songs. That's something that we share. It's a big passion of ours. We love R&B music. Okay, so Bruno, she's more lenient toward this current generation than I am, which is surprising since she's older than me. But she's a little more lenient. She loves what Bruno's doing with his music, and and that's cool. And she loves it because it feels. She's like, hey, listen to this. It feels like '90s, you know.
It does. Okay, like, see, it's close.
Okay, but
it's so.
But it's close, but it's not it.
It's close.
Well, like, I mean, you can't expect him to sell any records if it going straight 90s, right?
Well, here's my thing. Like
he still gotta touch this generation. Like, I think that's where his talent comes in, because he's able to give that 90s feel, but then still mix in like that 2017, and you like, yo, this shit is lit. Like, he got like you like, yo, I feel that old. It give you that old like nostalgia, but you like, it's something new about it.
Okay,
so like, I don't know. That's what always made me love, like, from the beginning when he first came out, Renee, and I was like, yo, like.
Yeah, that was
this last album. one thing I appreciated, and I've said this across the board when it comes to entertainment. I've said this about stand-up comedy. I say this about movies. I say this about music. I say this about entertainment, period. If you can entertain me greatly and you don't, and without cussing, I think you've got mad skill. Because anybody can cuss to sound edgy or get a laugh. And I really appreciate it about R&B. R&B was smooth because they would talk about sex and they would be talking about getting it in, but they did it so smooth you didn't realize what they were talking about all the time.
That's what they were saying?
Exactly.
Right.
So Bruno's album, it sounds good, and I mean it does have a very strong 90s reference. If he could have done it without cussing, I would probably.
Did he
yes.
So he dropped S word or something.
Multiple. Yes, if he could have done that without cussing, I'd have a stronger appreciation for it.
I mean, that's what you got the censored version for, like.
Because I feel the same way about stand-up comedy. People ask me who's the greatest stand-up comic of all time. I say Bill Cosby. Why? Because Cosby can get you rolling without cussing. He could be funny without being vulgar. And not that there's a huge diversion. I love Eddie Murphy. I love Red Fox. I love Richard Pryor. I love a lot of dudes who cuss all the time in their stuff. But if that's all you can do is cuss up a storm, you're really not that funny. If that's all you can do, then you're limited. I think Bruno, talent-wise, I think Bruno could make a fire album without it. Now, granted, the time that we're in, he wouldn't do it. The studio execs wouldn't say it's necessary to make money, so they wouldn't do it. I'm just referring as an artistry standpoint. I think it would have been fantastic if he would have done it and made it a little cleaner, made it a little more radio friendly, and
but I mean,
a way where they wouldn't have to make a Kids Bop version of it. Let me put it like that.
Hold on. Did he really? You got me looking at.
Look up.
Yeah, but I'm
look
thinking
up the
like
lyrics.
How often did
look
he
up the
really...
lyrics.
I don't think he
look up
cussed.
the lyrics. I know. Trust me. I hear it every weekend when my wife played on blast. Trust me. I know.
Hold on.
Look up the lyrics.
I'm just saying. I mean,
You
like
got
how
me, my
often?
iTunes looking.
Like, how often? I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, did he maybe curse? Like, I think he cursed like maybe
Look
twice.
up the lyrics.
Where? I don't see. Like, I'm looking at the Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic,
and I hear that every weekend. My wife got that on blast every weekend.
Where explicit? I see no E.
Trust me, it's there.
I don't see E.
It's there.
Where, Sway?
It's there.
I don't see it.
You gonna maybe have to Google the lyrics now.
I need to see proof, man. I think you spitting some alternative facts right now.
Wait, I ain't seeing that. Okay, I ain't pulling no fake news on y'all.
You pulling some alternative facts right now.
Yeah. Like,
where is the wiretap?
Yeah, where's the wiretap? Tap that wire.
The wiretap is next to the Colombians and the Russians.
So I'm looking at this song called Perm. Like, the artistry in the song is lit. Like, he said, throw some perm on your attitude. Girl, you need to relax. That's bars. That's bars. That's straight fire. Like, when did you ever hear somebody say, throw some perm on your attitude? Girl, you need to relax. I was done. I was like, I'm done. I'm blown. I wasn't ready. Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I don't know. I don't see where he cursed. Hey, I'm looking at the lyrics right now. Let me see.
Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. I don't know. My wife play the same songs over and over again. I'm trying to remember which one they be.
It might have been like another one.
I try to ignore it because I be trying to play my game. I be trying to be playing whatever game I'm trying to play.
Yeah. Dang it. Yeah. So much for those alternative facts.
Trust me, my ears still work. I know what I heard.
Everything else might be broke.
Everything else. My ear. Me being fat don't got nothing to do with my ears.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're getting a little old there.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, she bought the album on iTunes. I'll have to play it. I know it's again. I don't know his music that well because I can't say which song it is.
I mean, I'm not saying he's never cursed.
Well, I know it's on this. No, I know it's on this last album because it's the one my wife plays all the
This
time.
last album, I don't remember hearing.
I know it is because it's the one my wife plays all the time. It's the one.
How it go?
I don't know. I don't be paying attention because I don't be vibing it. You know, here's why I know I'm sure because even though I still listen to some secular music, I make it a point to not listen to anything that's questionable around my young children. And that's something that my wife and I go back and forth over because she'll play some songs. I don't think that's actually an appropriate level, and she disagrees. And so when I hear something like that, then I give her that look. Then we're going to be arguing later on. So let me see here. And Bruno was one of those where I'm like, yo, I know you.
I don't think he was cursing because I'm looking at the lyrics and I haven't seen the curse word yet.
Oh, whoa. Look at that 24 Karat Magic lyrics, and I do see some.
Where, Sway? Where?
All right.
What song?
24 Karat Magic.
I've only seen one curse so far.
Your face.
And it's
I got
one.
I got three.
One.
Where though?
What song?
24 Karat Magic.
What cadence?
The actual song 24 Karat Magic.
I'm looking.
I think this is the hook. All right. I'm gonna.
You ain't gotta say the curse
no,
word.
I'm gonna
Just
play.
say the.
So, oh snap! I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up. And then we got. Hold on.
Okay.
Then we got second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, bad bees, and your ugly booty friends.
That. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's three. That's three too many. You got three little girls. That's three too many.
All right, we got the B word. All right, we got the B word.
And the A word.
That's one. I don't even think I don't really consider like the B word a cuss word. It's kind of how you use it.
Well, every cuss word.
You know what I mean? Because it's
every
adult.
cuss words. Every cuss words are how you use it. Every single one.
It's like how you use it. Like,
so I'm pretty sure he wasn't talking about no dogs.
So you talking about ASS?
Yep, that too.
Is that
one too? Because he's not talking about no barnyard animals, is he?
And
he ain't talking about no dogs neither.
All right. Okay. Fine.
All right.
Right? I know I'm right.
But all right.
Then he dropped the F-bomb. I don't see that up in that joint like that. I think that's the one that matters.
But my point is the fact that you gotta look.
I don't gotta look. I heard it.
You gotta look hard. You gotta look hard to
find.
You
don't have to look hard. The difference is people. Are tuned.
Out of 9 songs, there's one song maybe that has, explicit lyrics, if we can even call it that.
Hey, whoa. Wait. When I was a kid, not that long ago, so I'm only 35, that was explicit lyrics. That's still.
I know.
It was, but nowadays it's not.
I'm saying, so what I'm saying is, 1 out of 9 songs. I mean, there's R&B songs that's every song. You like, yo, there's some songs that some albums that I'm like, yo, I can't even.
And they don't get played in my house neither.
Right. So, but what my point is, what I'm getting to is that, like, out of all the R&B artists, like we were talking about, I think out of all of them, like your point was that he can't do it without cursing, but I think he's done it. Like you look at his last 3 albums,
so your point,
and there's maybe
your point is he did it without
maybe 2 songs in each album that he's cursing on, but most of his songs,
your point is
keeps them clean.
He did it while cursing less.
I'm saying 1 song out of 13 on each album.
I'm just
even Bill Cosby cursed once in a while.
True.
Okay, so that's my point. So just like you said, you use Bill Cosby as an example, right? So it's the same thing. 1 out of 13 songs or 1 out of 9 songs. I mean, it's we can't expect him to be perfect. As far as I know, he's not Christian. He's not saved.
About secular music
I'm not expecting him. It's secular music, so I'm not expecting him to have 100% clean songs.
Not do I. I'm not
That's
saying
what the clean version.
I'm not saying that at all. But my point is, y'all were talking about he ain't cursed. He clearly be cussing. That's all I'm saying.
No, I never said he didn't curse. I said it's probably like one song.
I don't know. I don't know
like,
all the songs. I be trying to ignore them, but. But hey, whoa. Y'all see, y'all trying to give me y'all's topic because Bill Cosby, no Bruno Mars is a girl. Last time I checked.
You started this whole conversation, man.
Kind of went left.
No, I was talking about Niki versus Remy. That's all I was saying.
I was happy not to the whole Bruno thing, but good for conversation.
Let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about some positive.
Moving on.
Let's talk about the Oscars. Thank God this year there was no hashtag boycott the Oscars. Because when UniqDNA and I covered that last year, we had some strong words to say about that whole level of ratchetness, but because who cares?
Like, this year they really couldn't like. It was a lot of black movies this year, probably more than last year. So it was like they would have really been obvious if they left us out.
Yeah.
So I think really. I mean, I didn't watch them anyway. I never really watched them anyway, but. Even this year, I'm like, you guys just did that because, you had no other choice, really.
Yeah, it was like you had to, what's the word I'm looking for? You had to, atone.
That's what it. No, that's exactly what it was. As good as Viola Davis was in Fences, and maybe I'm the only one of the three of us that watched Fences, but Fences has been always a favorite play of mine. So I made it a point to make sure I saw Fences, and Viola Davis was excellent. Viola Davis is an excellent actress. Any other year aside from the year after, I don't even know we had hashtag boycott Oscar the year after. If that wouldn't happen last year, I don't think she wins. I think it was an atonement.
Probably not.
I think it was an atonement award, same as when they gave it to Holly. I don't think that. No, I think Holly deserved it for losing Isaiah. I think Holly deserved it before she won it, just like Denzel deserved it before he won it. But.
I feel like they gave all those Oscars, not cutting you off, I feel like they gave all those Oscars to those black folk, for freaking not whack roles, but quintessential, like normal roles. Like you said, Raising Isaiah, she should have got one for that, right? But which one did she get an Oscar for?
Monsters Ball, which was a hot mess of garbage.
Monster Ball.
Where she freaking took her shirt off.
She took everything off, not just her shirt.
Getting booty butt naked. Hey, you got an award for getting booty butt naked. Here you go. Oh, Denzel. All right, you been a freaking cop that's crooked. Hey, here's your award. Not for
the Hurricane, not for Malcolm X, not for Remember the Titans, not for all the great films he's done before, which he should have won, at least been nominated for. And not that Training Day wasn't an Oscar-worthy performance, but hey, bruh, you're a crooked cop that murders people. Now we're gonna give you the award.
Yeah, you being so. I always felt that way about them getting those awards for those roles being kind of shady, So.
So I mean, I feel the same way about Viola's. And I hate to say it because I don't want it to sound like I'm taking any credence away from her skill level, and for the fact that I think it was an Oscar-worthy performance.
They gave her an award for being a mammy.
But and I don't want to say like that, but I think she was given the award as a, hey, black people, we actually care about you, quote unquote. Not that I buy it, but I think it was a makeup award. It's an atonement award.
Yeah. We're sorry for being shady. Here's your award.
Pretty much. I mean, sad to say it. I hate to say it, but that's the feeling. That's the feeling I get. That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a shame because you look at her work on The Help, and you look at her work on the murder show she does. I forget the name of the title. It's too long. The title's too long.
How to get away?
Yeah,
with
How to Get Away
murder?
with Murder. Yeah, title's way too long.
Yeah,
but she's a fantastic actress, and she's got a great range. She was excellent. She was like the one I'm not saying the one. She was the best part, in my opinion, of Suicide Squad. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
And I think her role was Oscar worthy. But any other year, I don't think it was strong enough to. And as far as what they generally reward, give that award out for those type of roles, I don't think it fit within that general level. Now, would she have won any BET award for Best Actress? Hands down. And probably would have won a Golden Globe or whatever other awards at I forget the other award shows. I stopped watching them, but she would have won for those too. But the Oscars, they usually give it for some different type of role. It's always something odd. It's always something odd. There's always something odd about the role when someone wins Best Actor or Best Actress. There's always something different about it. And I didn't think
it's something artistic.
Yeah, quote unquote artistic. Yeah, which unfortunately for us means you got naked.
Yeah. Or you shot somebody.
Or you murdered somebody. You became the black guy. Well, honestly, another time. This is of course where. Denzel was acting the most hood, so Denzel's acting the most hood. Now we're gonna give him the award, but I digress. So back on topic. So 3 years ago, Gamergate was the talk through the interwebs, Reddit. Obviously, from what spawned from Reddit blew up on Twitter, and then every major game outlet was covering the controversy. You had women being threatened with rape and death because of their comments in regard to the portrayal, particularly of women in video games, the sexualization, and etc. 3 years later, has much changed? Has there been an effect from Gamergate in the industry? And if so, is it a positive one?
That's hard to say. I don't know. I think there's been some improvements. But overall, I don't know. I think it's still the same. I think it's just the nature of, you got little teenage boys playing games mostly. And so there's always just going to be that it's a boys club only thing, just mentality, So I don't know. I don't see it. At least from what I've seen, I haven't seen it change that much since the last 3 years. I've seen some improvements. You had some big name people come out in defense of everything that was going on, but or against everything that was going on, but I haven't really seen any major improvements. So I don't know. I gotta say no.
Okay.
I don't really. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I really don't know much about Gamergate. Like, while we're all talking, I'm also reading. So I'm Googling Gamergate, because I'm a gamer. Like, I like playing games. Like, recently within the last year, I done got into the whole role playing with your character type thing. So I made a character, and he has his own life on the web. You know what I mean? So I just got into that whole thing. So I'm not like hardcore. Like, I've learned a lot more by being a part of gamer church. Shout out to Game Church. They're awesome. That's how I got to meet rockinmrmagic.
Yeah.
Yo, so my experience being a female and playing games is I haven't per se ran into belittlement at all. Like people being discriminatory. Oh, you can't play, or you suck. It's just okay. Oh snap, you're a girl. Oh, you alright. Let me put a question. You know what I mean? Oh snap, and then sometimes my voice can be misleading, so I don't sound like a typical girl. So like somebody I think I'm gonna do that first, and then it's like, oh snap, you a girl? No, for real. I'm like, no, for real, for real. Oh snap, all right, so I don't run into it as much. Like every once in a while I get like people being real weird, saying something like, oh man, you got pictures, or oh, can you be my girlfriend, or can you be my gaming girlfriend? Weird stuff, like dude, like
Wow.
you don't even know me, bro. Like every once in a while, but that's like few far in between. And then like if it's like somebody like real stupid, like my friends are like spaz out on them because I only play with certain people, and then we like knock them. But but I can see women being being mistreated on the internet because honestly, at one point girls didn't really like play video games like that. Like everything, I feel like it's always boys first. A boy does it and then a girl does it second. Like video games, like they gave a boy said, "Oh, I want to play this game," or "I want that," and then a girl might go supposedly quote unquote go play with a doll or go play rope or something like that. But things have changed within the last 10, 20 years. So there are girls that play video games and stuff like that. So like, yeah, I feel like it's still alive and well. And when I'm like looking at like this list, there's like a boycott list on this gamer game thing of like gaming websites that's been like real bad. And I didn't even know Game Informer said they furthered like stereotypes of violence and like mistreatment against women, and saying this is like a non-issue or whatever. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's might make me unsubscribe. But yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's still going on. Like I don't think it's gonna be something that's gonna go away tomorrow.
It's that's an interesting take, especially appreciate that, especially from you not being super familiar with it. I have to admit, like, it's not like I didn't care. I was just a little bit more like, not that there haven't been times where women are mistreated or not taken seriously because they're women and, like you said previously, a very male-dominated thing. And there's cultural reasons for that because for me growing up, girls didn't like guys who played video games. That was for super nerds. That was for geeks.
True.
Those were people who were being made fun of. Especially if you it was one thing if you played like you had a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or something like that, and you played a popular game that like was universally known that people saw on commercials and stuff. But when I was a kid, I'm talking about playing Final Fantasy. I'm talking about, Metal Gear. I'm talking about more than Mario. If you're talking about more than Mario, you were pretty much getting made fun of. And now a lot of those same women are like, hey, oh, well, I didn't realize this was fun. I'm going to start playing now. And all of a sudden now you've got a bunch of angry dudes who have been single their whole life and have given up on dating because what they like was so terrible that they've been shunned, and now they're responding with a whole lot of unnecessary venom, especially to the point where you've got people threatening rape and death threats. It's like, come on, it ain't really that serious. We're talking about gaming here. That's just not called for in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But it's for me, we can't act like where like women have always been this innocent bystander in this type of situation, and then I would hear the arguments about the representation of women in games. And so I think about it, I'm like, okay, let me think about women in games. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about Samus Aran. She's pretty awesome. That's like, I think of Jill Valentine. I think of Tifa, Tifa Lockhart, I think her last name is, from Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, oh, those are both pretty awesome. I think of Princess Peach. You know, yeah, she was rescued early on, but Princess Peach got her thing on in Mario 2, and she's been kicking butt since. You know, she's no, you know, she's not just a damsel in distress. You know, she got her fight on too. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Some games, like the Dead or Alive franchise, for example, which I love. I love that franchise's fighting game, but they were obviously extremely over-sexualizing their female characters, you know, to the point with the DOA beach volleyball, which I did buy, and it was actually
I forgot all about
which was
that.
a fun game. But it was, you know, I actually just played the volleyball part, where like some of those mini games where they had them hopping over the pool and stuff, like it was like, yeah, wow, that was clearly, you know, for someone's fantasies. But it was actually a surprisingly fun game, and my oldest daughter played it. She loved it. It was a fun game, but that was clearly for dudes who like to fantasize about digitalized women, to get their rocks off. That's what that was made for. So there's definitely was some credence to the argument, but as a black man, I'm like, honestly, this is not that bad. At least when it comes to women in general, y'all have some representation where, you know, where we don't have that many. And so women would come at me personally when I would say, hey, like, yes, you've got a point, but it's really not all that bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. This is terrible. So I decided to do a little homework, because this is like 2 years ago where there was still a little bit of a fervor. And I decided to look up a list of top, you know, female characters, just to see what the internet said. And Complex.com had a list of the top 50 female heroines in video games. So I'm like, hey, this is cool. Going to the list. Okay, agree with that. Don't agree with that. Cool. So I said, hey, you know what? And there's one girl actually in Game Church, and not you know, Game Church was awesome. Not knocking Game Church. There's one girl in Game Church who was very passionate about, you know, what was going on. And I said, well, count your blessings. So yes, you've got to fight, but count your blessings. You could be fighting my fight. And so I shared her with that list of 50 heroines. And then I shared with her a list that Comics also had of the top 10 black characters.
Yeah.
Just 10. Not 50.
That probably was the only
Right.
10.
Right.
Yeah,
just the top 10. Not the top 50 heroines. That's just the top 50 good girls. But the top 10 period. I said, now here's the list that I have, and one of them is like a machine, like, you know, like it's like a cyborg. It's like, you don't even know if that even really counts.
Yeah, does
like,
it
I
count?
don't even know if this one counts, but this is top 10. So it's like,
oh, you know, use what you
so
got.
like, let's pump the brakes a little bit here, and count your blessings. And let's spit venom on everybody who doesn't feel exactly the way you feel, because you could be fighting a much harder fight. Because for us, I mean, come on. What is our representation? You know, CJ from GTA San Andreas, you know, Frank from GTA 5, Barrett from Final Fantasy 7, that black dude Saz from Final Fantasy 13 with the bird with the chocobo zipping in his hair, with his afro.
What's the guy from? Did you miss the guy from Tekken?
Eddie Gordo from Tekken, right?
Forget his name. The dude that be pop blocking like Zach on Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's Eddie Gordo.
Yeah, he's not even really black. He's like Brazilian, right?
Well,
Eddie is Brazilian,
brown,
but
so
you know, Brazilians have
brown.
as much African in them as we do.
Yeah,
you know.
he's
Yeah, I
brown,
know,
so
but
he
I
was
mean,
on-
we talking. I mean,
Black.
but that's what I'm
You
saying.
have to be
Like
African
the
American.
fact that we got to go like, oh, he's Brazilian, so we'll take it
Does he really count?
because he's brown.
But I consider him
So-
black though. Like I mean, if you're from a country that I consider him the same struggle. Just because, you know, they've got the, you know, the Portuguese mix in there. You know, they're
Right.
fighting.
No, I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. I'm
Wow.
just.
All right, so if you want to be like strict, so you can't include Eddie. So you got the dude off of Street Fighter, the
He's
boxing bull.
Jamaican.
What's his name?
He's Jamaican. DJ's
What?
Jamaican.
Ugh.
If we're
Alright,
counting
but-
Americans, then we got like one maybe. or two. if
So
we're
we
counting,
got CJ.
we have to count
and
international because then we got
we
like
got
none.
CJ and all CJ's friends. pretty
Right.
much.
We
So
got CJ Franklin then, if we're counting Americans.
Well, so
CJ.
no, I mean, I wasn't saying specifically American, but I was just saying like, because Brazilian is more like Portuguese.
Portuguese,
You know what I mean?
Brazilian,
Like,
Brazilian is
yeah,
Portuguese
it's
and African.
not really
man.
like
Pretty much.
Jamaican is Caribbean, right? So that's
Yeah.
more black. West Indian, that's more
yeah,
black.
it's more black than
A Brazilian.
Not,
A Brazilian will be more Latin, if anything, or Spanish.
oh, but okay, they have the more Portuguese. But see, I
Western
disagree. I disagree because you know our brothers and sisters that also have the Hispanic portion, like I have a small bit of, but they they are black as we are. They just also have that Spanish part because of those slave ports, like Puerto Rico, like the Dominican Republic, and Haiti,
yeah.
and the segregation that happened there is why the Haitians are darker and speak French compared to the lighter Dominicans who are speaking Spanish. Same thing with South America. South America has the Portuguese and Brazil and everyone else is speaking Spanish around them, but they all have pretty much the same African roots that we have. It's just a cultural ethnic difference.
When you look at, I look at it like this: like when you look at what they claim, right? So a lot of them won't claim the black heritage. They'll claim their Portuguese heritage, or in the case of DR, they'll claim their Spanish heritage before they say that they're black.
But we all know why.
This comes from.
But we all know why they do that. They do that.
I know, but I'm just saying.
They do that for survival's sake. Just like they do it here for survival's sake. Like, I can't be that mad at them because, you go to Cuba, they got, they be bringing over Cuban baseball players darker than the three of us combined.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, for the sake of this argument with, talking about diversity in video games, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why the publishers will put a Brazilian in there before they put a black man. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't think that when they created this character, I don't think they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna make him black. Like I think it was just like, he's Brazilian, so yeah, he's not black. You know what I mean?
I have to disagree on the case of Eddie Gordo because Eddie's fighting style is capoeira, which is an African Brazilian martial art. So to make Eddie not Brazilian or straight out of Africa would not make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the style. Now, with DJ and Street Fighter, you got a better point there because his fighting style could be out of anywhere. There's no Jamaican martial art that I've ever heard of that would be strictly to that part of the world.
True.
So that case I can see, but with Eddie, capoeira is a Brazilian. A Brazilian and African derived martial art. So that having him be Brazilian makes 100%, 100% sense. But someone like Barrett, for example, in Final Fantasy, which obviously doesn't take place in our world, he's pretty much, he's an American brother who has a gun for a hand. Like, come on, why does brother gotta have a gun for a hand? Can't he get something else? And the other brother in Final Fantasy 13, why his weapons gotta be guns? We can't use other things but guns. I've seen brothers wield swords before. It can happen.
True.
So and to avoid going down this deeper rabbit hole, I think Gamergate, had a viable reason to be upset, and I've seen some progress, like with some of the recent heat that Mass Effect Andromeda is taking, with how ugly some of the women characters look, and I'm like, well, not every female is going to be considered what society considers a 10. They're not all going to look the same. They're not all going to be what a supermodel is considered a supermodel. I appreciate when there's more realism in gaming and in entertainment. I like the show The Killing a lot, partially because the two stars are ugly people. I really do. They're both very ugly people. But you know what? There are some ugly people out there, and they still have jobs, and they're still cops, or do whatever, and they do their jobs and do their jobs well. And you know what? And that's not everybody. There are some ugly people out there, and
Everybody can be beautiful.
Yeah,
you know.
everybody can't
True.
be, some made up doll or some chiseled hunk. Like that's not reality. So I don't mind
True.
when I don't mind when I see a fat dude, in a role, because hey, there's fat dudes out there. I don't mind. I see the woman from The Killing. I mean, she's a good actress, but she looks very pale, very mousy. She's just not. For me, she's not cute, but she did her job well, and that's just reality. So when I see people complaining about this chick is ugly in Mass Effect or in Dragon Age and stuff like that, I'm like, so what? Like, is that what you say to people in real life that you meet? Hey, you're really cool, but you ugly. Like, so you're not gonna be friends no more?
Some people do that.
Yeah. Like, so are you not gonna be friends with that person? That's mad cool, but they ugly. Like, who? Like,
some people like, you ugly, but you cool though. Like, I don't know. Some people are shallow. There are probably shallow people out like that in the world. I'm not one of those people. You could be ugly and all or not, and I'll still be cool.
But it's like, so like, if that's, I just think that for the fight that they were fighting, which I think they should, if they are, anyone's still fighting, because it's such, it's definitely not. It was more like a trend, like a viral trend than anything, main continual battle. While some people are still taking it seriously, it doesn't have the same legs as it did, in 2014 and 2015 compared to now. But I think honestly that's a shame, because I think the realistic part and portrayal of women is important, and giving having more. Not just having more, because they've been a ton of positive female roles, but just continue to make, for developers to make more realistic female roles is fine. Now, I also don't think that you can tell a developer, what to do. If a developer wants to make, a Dead or Alive, softcore porn video game, then they can do that. The porn industry exists because they are allowed to do that. Just don't buy the game. If it's that offensive to you, don't buy the game, don't talk about it, don't support it, don't even mention it. And the fans of that are gonna do that, that's within their rights, to do it and to enjoy, But for those who are, conscious, or they want to have more realism, I applaud them for that. But you can't. Unfortunately, you're in a situation you can't regulate your sense of morality on everybody, because we do live, hopefully still, in a free society.
Yeah.
Well, we leave you with that serious food for thought there.
Yeah.
So, thought of the day. So next time you go out there to buy your game, are you going to think about whether the women have big breasts and perfect faces, or do you just not care? Because I know me personally,
I'll be honest, probably
I don't care.
Nah, you just want to know if the game is going to be hot.
I've never bought a game because I thought the girls were going to be hot in the game. I just don't care.
Yeah, it's like a little side conversation. I felt like growing up, all the African American, or black characters were all ugly. Like, they were all like charcoal black. They wasn't even like Hershey's like brown or anything. They were like charcoal black. Like, I remember playing PlayStation and playing Warzone, WWF Warzone, and all the black people were ugly when I was trying to make it.
Well, the Japanese are not known for making us look good.
They were like bad, and like from playing that and then playing WWF Attitude, the black people got a little better, but they were like still bad. So from there, like when I do make people, I like,
Oh, the creature character is terrible. Oh yeah, I would always give up. I wouldn't even play with.
I don't make black people. Like, everybody's like, I don't make quintessentially black people like brown. Like I make Drake looking people or
Gotta make those,
or
gotta
Steph
make them
Curry
Aubrey
looking
looking.
people.
No, Steph Curry. Now Steph Curry's different because he's all black. His parents are just light
Yeah,
skinned.
like he's like real high yellow. I make everybody high yellow and stuff like that. It's instead of like now, like I'm really proud of shout out to Ubisoft for making Ghost Recon Wildlands because they actually have a black person on there that looks cool when you make your guy, and my dude is like the blackest you can get him on there. So I'm like really proud of that. I was like, look guys, I got a black dude. They was like, finally. I'm like, yeah, I'm progressing out here. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity gamer now because of that.
I mean, well, your first examples were, as far as wrestling games were notorious for really bad people of color in the creative character mode. It's
Live was pretty alright. Like my first creative player on 97, he looked like a ripoff Penny Hardaway. But he was cool though. He was dropping them buckets. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of gaming, and as we wrap up, we like to make top 10 lists here. So we're gonna make a top 10 list between the three of us of the top 10 female characters in gaming.
Oh, that's hard.
It is hard because there's, as we stated, there are so many.
Like I can't even think of a game I played a girl on.
Okay, I'll start off with one that I mentioned earlier, and
Chun-Li or something.
Chun-Li's a good one, but I will start off with Princess Peach. Come on. Princess Peach is a top character. You don't have to love her.
I'm gonna go with Lara Croft.
Okay, Lara.
Yeah,
Lara
you got
Croft.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Princess Peach needs to stop getting caught up in stuff. Pay attention.
Hey, Princess
Peach.
Stop switching casts.
Yeah, right. Stay in one good castle. Get ADT for your castle. Yeah.
Well, she also needs to stop creeping around with dragons because I'm still suspect about about Bowser's.
How she got there in the first place?
How did you get there in the first place?
You know that Bowser claims that she's the mother of his kids in the one, in the one game, right?
Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah.
She got a thing for lizards.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's legal in the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so I just thought about it. Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade. Okay.
Yeah, she's lit.
Okay.
Like her.
You gonna go back around?
Hold on. I forgot. I got to type Princess Peach in here. Okay. We go through our Lara Croft, Sonya Blade. Okay, all right. Here, I'm good. I'm caught up. Okay. So for me, I throw another one out there. I have to say, female characters. Oh man, y'all picked some really good ones too. Dag. I'm gonna have to say, Commander Shepard from Mass Effect, since you could be a male or a female.
Okay. I must say, my other favorite woman character, Claire Redfield, Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, you do love some Claire. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, cause like I don't really play with the girls that's on there like that. So I'm trying to think. I did play with Sonya a lot. That was my girl. Chun-Li for the fun of it, because like I felt like voices were really fun. It used to sound like she used to say chicken fried dip when she
chicken fried dip.
I'm never gonna get that.
For real now. Every time I play Street Fighter and I make her do that move, all I'm gonna hear is chicken fried dip. I'm gonna start cracking up for no reason. My wife's gonna look at me like, "What is wrong with you? What is so funny about that?" Yeah, Chun-Li for sure. I mean, I think especially for fighting games, she is the quintessential most recognized female in any fighting game. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, Unique. Wait, you gave me Claire Redfield. Okay, so snap, it's back to me again. Let me think. I was trying to think of somebody that's kind of universally recognized, but that can be tough. So I'm gonna go with Zelda.
That's actually a pretty good one. Let me think. I don't know why I didn't think of this one first. I can't remember her name now. From Heavenly Sword.
That's because nobody else played Heavenly Sword but you and your cousin. You and Dwight, only cast that play Heavenly Sword like that.
Yo, Heavenly Sword was a dope game.
Yeah,
anyway,
it was fun, but it wasn't all that.
It was, I mean, he's more in love with it than I am. I like the game, but he's like
he loves that game.
That's his greatest game. Yeah, that's his greatest game of all time. I'm not that crazy about it. Like I'm like, it was a great game, but I'm not looking for a part 2 or anything like that.
He's still looking for a part 2.
What is her name? Noriko from Heavenly Sword. That's her name.
All right, I'm gonna put her as an honorable mention for right now.
Honorable. You ain't right. Honorable mention.
I mean, from the storyline, she saved the entire country. That's power. That's a strong lead character.
Yeah, she need a medal for that. Get a plaque. I don't know. Let me see. I really can't think of no chicks that be on games like that.
Okay. I'll throw out one from I mentioned one earlier. Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Or Katana from Mortal Kombat.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, she's good. Like, I remember her from the movie more than the video game, which is sad.
I think it's more sad because, the movies are terrible.
Sad.
Those movies are terrible. Those movies are terrible.
The first one was good.
No, it wasn't.
The second one was booty, but the first one was good.
First one was bad. The second one was a travesty.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, come on. That movie was so bad. Wait. How can you call a Mortal Kombat movie where Raiden doesn't fight at all, and he's played by Christopher Lambert, who did nothing but fight in all his other movies, in all his Highlander movies, but you got him sitting around talking and not fighting.
Because he was the most powerful one.
Yeah, he was getting the story guide.
He's supposed to fight. Where in the video game is he sitting around talking the whole time? So like, hey, you Liu Kang, you Sonya Blade, you Johnny Blade, you Johnny Cage, you go fight. Come on now.
You go fight. You be here at 4 o'clock.
I'm trying to see Raiden. I'm trying to see Raiden do his freaking, teleport thing, and the Superman fly and all that. I ain't paying no money to see Christopher Lambert sit and talk. Like, for real, that was so disappointing, And then when I saw half the cast from WMAC Masters in the movie, then they all die. You're too young to remember that show, Ashley, but. That show was the ball.
What's the name of it? What is it?
Oh, I think it's on YouTube too.
What's the name of it again?
WMAC Masters. It was just like this. It was this martial arts show where everyone had like a gimmick, and then they went into the arena and they would go 1-on-1. You had the dude that played Liu Kang was in it. This black dude they called Cyborg. No, sorry, they called him the Machine. And he was in that.
I don't remember.
There's a lot of really good martial artists. They had this little black dude called Panther, and they one dude named Tsunami, and it was the storyline was really goofy, but back in the 90s, young kids watching, that love of martial arts, everybody loved that show. It has a pretty decent cult following, but it's on YouTube. YouTube it. You'll laugh at the cheesiness, but as everything was cheesy at that time, but the martial arts were really good. Well, a lot of those guys were in, the first Mortal Kombat. All right, so we got one more because I don't think Dorico counts.
All right, then. There we go. All right, how about Faith, Mirror's Edge?
Okay, I can dig that. I can dig Faith from Mirror's Edge. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a chick. That's a baller chick right there. There we go. I think we can agree on that. We'll see what the fans think on that. But I can dig that list. So we got Lara Croft, Sonya Blaze, Princess Peach, Commander Shepard female version, Claire Redfield, Chun-Li, Zelda, Faith from Mirror's Edge, Princess Katana, and Tifa Lockhart.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Sonya Blade.
I said Sonya.
Oh, you did.
I said Sonya. I ain't leave Sonya off.
Make sure respect.
Oh yeah, respect Sonya and her green spandex and her scissors.
Yeah.
Scissors throw.
Yeah, breaking necks. Taking necks.
Right. I mean, some other honorable mentions could be in there. Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 definitely could be an honorable mention.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next one.
Jill Valentine from Resident Evil could definitely be an honorable mention. Yeah. But I think we got a good top 10 list here. No doubt.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, folks, thank you so much for listening. Well, we UniqDNA and myself would like to thank Ashley again for joining us tonight. We appreciate you having us on the pod. We appreciate your help. Doing some editing for us in the past too. This is a true Jeek. Ladies and gentlemen, she does it all. She's got skills. So, hey, if you need her, hit her up. Ashley, if you want to share, like a Twitter handle, whatever, feel free to promote yourself.
All right, so I have a Twitter, but I don't really be on it. I kind of scroll. So, but I do have IG. Is Ashes since '86. So there's Ashes like beauty. Beauty that from ashes, since 1986, but it's like not the whole 86, not the whole thing. 1986 is 86. Facebook, Ashley Mangum. Regular spelled out Ashley Mangum is man and gum, compound word. Yeah, that's how you can reach me. Also, shout out to Christina Faith, my homie, my friend. I'm working on this awesome web series called Single and Anxious. Please go check it out. It's on YouTube. Just look up Single and Anxious and you'll be able to find it. Season 2 on the way.
Word. Well, that, folks, is the original Jeek podcast. We're wrapping up for tonight. As always, we thank you for listening. And as always, peace.
Peace.
Later.